kaleidoscope tutorial. So this is what it's going to end up looking like at the end. You want to make sure that you have pretty seamless. Mine, you can see the seams a little bit, so I would want to go back and want to fix that a little bit. But I'm going to do mine with the Eiffel Tower here. And so I started with this image. So you go to File, Open from your computer, and bring in the image that you want. Then I'm going to go to File, New. And this is going to be my canvas. I am going to make it 8 by 8 and have it be a resolution of 300. Okay. I want to also lay out my rulers here and be able to see my grids. So I'm going to say make sure that these are checked, and I'm going to make a new guide here. My new guide is going to be 4 inches vertical, so say OK, and then 4 inches horizontal as well. So that's, again, view, guide, or view, new guide twice, okay? All right, so then I'm gonna go back to my original image. I need to resize this so I can fit it in there. So I'm gonna make my image size. I want it to be the same, so I'm gonna take that lock off. Nope, I don't want it to be locked. I'm gonna make it 8 by 8, just like my other one. I'm gonna say okay. All right, so now that's the same square as the other one. I have to unlock it if it's locked. I want to be able to move it to my new canvas, so I'm going to take the move tool. I'm holding it down the whole time here, and then I'm going to drop it into my new canvas. All right, so boom, there it is. I want to first rotate it, so these little lines above it, I think it should be rotate. Now you want to make sure it's exactly at 90 degrees, so it's kind of going between. That might take you a second. Wait, I got 90 degrees. All right, now I want to press Shift when I do it because I want to make sure that they're locked. Now you could also lock it up here, and that's fine, but pressing Shift does it automatically. And it's going to kind of snap to these layers. All right, and then I'm going to pull it up in the corner, make sure it goes all the way to the corner, maybe even a little tiny bit beyond. Press Return. Okay. I want to make sure that it's going over the middle and the edges. All right, so that's your first little part. So make sure you flip it, and then you're going to make a copy. So layer via copy. So you could do that up here. You could go to Layer, New, Layer via Copy, or as you can see, it is Command J. So I'm going to start using my shortcuts and press Command and J at the same time. Make sure you're in your Layer via Copy and you're in your Move tool, and you can move like that, this new layer, okay? This layer I would like to be flipped, so I'm going to take this, flip it over top. I want to make sure that it's locked, so you can either lock it or press Shift and do it, and then I'm going to move it back over here. Just return. Okay, so if you ever want to take these rulers off and kind of show yourself, you could do Command H and do it, take the extras off. So see, mine's a little wonky there, so I want to move it up a little bit. Sometimes with the rulers on at this point, it kind of is hard to see, but I do want to have them there. So Command H, I'm going to put them back. Okay, and then I want to make I want to merge these layers. So you can't see that here. I'm going to move it over. You could either do Merge Visible over here, or you could press Command on it. I don't want to do that. Sorry, I did the wrong thing. All right, I want to make this invisible, and then I want to merge my visible. I want to keep my background. Okay, and then we're going to take this same, we now made this one layer. So if I move this, it's going to move as one layer, just as you did with your person in your photo montage. So I'm going to do, again, Command J, and I just made a copy of both of these. So I'm going to move that down, but I want to flip it. So I'm going to press this. I'm going to lock it. Sometimes that lock comes undone when you flip it, and your computer freaks out. So I'm going to press lock again. And you want to make sure it fits in there nicely. Here, a little bit bigger here. Make sure they line up. See where your little cities are and your little mountain areas. I'm going to bring this in a little bit. There we go. Perfect. So again, I'm going to press Command H. So you can see that I didn't come up far enough here. That line kind of hid that. So I'm going to take this and just bring it up and over just a teensy weensy little bit so that they come together. Okay? Press return. All right. Oh, yeah, I'm a little bit below here. Bring that down just a little bit. All right. And I just want to make sure that everything lines up and fits the way I want it to fit. And it totally does. So that's great. Don't forget to take the rulers off sometimes. So Command H to bring it back because I do want that. And this is really the part where you need it. Okay, so you're going to take your polygonal lasso tool. Some of us have not used that before. So you're going to make sure it's in the polygonal. Sometimes this is lasso or magnetic lasso. You don't want it in each of those. You want it in polygonal. So you're going to start with your cursor, not this guy, but where your point of your arrow is, and start right in the middle. And then you're going to make a mark right at the edge here. Come up to the line, nice and even. And then see where if I'm off of it, it doesn't do anything, but where the little O comes up means that I have met my originating point there. So I'm going to select that, make sure that your little 0 is there showing you that you met your originating point. Okay, so now I have a selection of a triangle. And then I'm going to do another layer via copy again. So Command J is your best friend in this project. Command J. All right, so it doesn't look like there's anything there. I'm going to go back to my move tool, make sure you're still not in your polygonal lasso tool, and look at that. So we want to now reverse this. So we're going to take it and we're going to reverse it. And then we're going to rotate it. And now, so reverse and rotate every single time. And you want to make sure that you line it up. So if you get a little bit below here like I am, I'm just going to use my up and down arrows to go up just a little bit. Okay? So again, you're going to reverse it and then you're going to rotate it so that they meet up like that. And then press return when you're done. Okay? I'm going to do another layer via copy here. Command J. Make sure that I'm in my move tool. And I'm going to move that off of there. And I need to, again, flip it and rotate it. And it's hard for me sometimes to figure out how I need to rotate it to make it work. And then these cities should line up again, or whatever you're working on. So flip and rotate every single time. If it doesn't start to give you kind of a point or something towards the middle, then you're doing it wrong. Press return, okay? So I'm gonna make sure I'm doing it right here. I'm gonna take my Command H, I'm gonna take my guides off. See, I'm a little bit off right here, so I'm gonna come back a little. There you go, all right? So every time kind of check, and I'm gonna put them back on, Command H. And then I need to, again, do a Command J. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. I need to flip it. Get my size back here. And then I'm going to move it and rotate it so that it is almost upside down. And sometimes the rotation tools are funny and you need to monkey with it a little bit, and that's okay. So I'm using the up and down tools there to kind of move it, and it's not the right size. It's part of the problem. And it's a little, as you can see, it's a little bit off. It's not like right in the center. That's because the size is a little bit off too, though. There we go. So that's a lot better. I'm going to pull this way. And you can mess with the size. Make sure it's exactly how you want it to look. Return. And then again, Command H. I'm going to take those off and make sure I did it right. Yes, I did. Okay, so I need one more. So now I need to do Command J. I'm going to put my guidelines back. Command J. All right, and then I'm going to move over. I'm going to flip back. And I'm going to rotate. I can't, for me, it's hard to see unless I'm actually doing it in that square. There we go. And they all end up being the same, so once you do it once, it's not as hard to do it the other times. All right. I'm going to take my things off, Command H. That looks pretty darn good to me. Okay, so now I am done with my kaleidoscope. So I'm going to flatten my image, and then I'm going to save it as a JPEG, and I'm going to make sure my name and kaleidoscope is on it, and then I'm going to turn it into Classroom. Again, you need 5 of these, so make sure that you are saving them as you go along. They're not hard to do. By the time you get to the 5th one, you should be a pro at it, but again, they should look like everything is pointing towards the center. So like this, everything is pointing towards the center, and like that as well, okay? So Command J is your bestie with this one. If you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me as you are working. These are due the week that we get back from break. So good luck.